Hi guys, welcome back to my new series, Unresolved Mysteries. This is part 3 for the family annihilation case. So it's April 13th, 2011. Neighbors of the family called the police. By now, Xavier had been staying a few nights at a hotel near a town that he had lived in before. He also contacted his ex-girlfriend and kind of tried to meet up with her, but she said that they never met up. And the very next day, April 14th, was the last sighting of Xavier. He was seen at an ATM withdrawing like $30, and he had been staying at a different hotel. And the next day, on April 15th, he checked out of the hotel and abandoned his car, and he was never seen again. On April 21st, the police went and searched the house, and they ended up finding the bodies of all 5 members of the family. Under the back garden, the corpses of the 2 family dogs were also found with them. And of course, autopsies were conducted. They ended up finding that the victims had been drugged and were shot with a rifle as they slept. And that matched the rifle that Xavier had inherited from his dad. And just days after the autopsies, the victims were buried. The family was also advised not to view the bodies. This made Xavier's family think that the bodies that had been found were not of Agnes and the children. On April 28th, they had a funeral for the victims where there was a lot of security and over 1,400 people attended. And right after the funeral, their bodies were cremated. Now, the main thing in the investigation was to find Xavier. The French police, firefighters, sniffer dog, and even the Interpol were looking for Xavier. The case had a lot of media coverage, so the public was also looking for Xavier. The police officers, sniffer dogs, and firefighters searched 40 different natural caves in the area where he was last seen, and they got 800 different tips from the public. Now, investigators believed that he took himself out after he had unalived his family. And 2 years later, on June of 2013, they actually found a body near the area where he was last seen. Of course, they conducted an autopsy, but it turns out it wasn't him. And 2 years later, on April 28th, 2017, a walker found human bones in the same area where Xavier was last seen. So of course, the police went, investigated, and they actually found more than human bones. They found a survival cam with an empty wallet, a lighter, a pair of glasses, a sleeping bag, a magazine, and even a bill dated from 2011. Lastly, they also found a medical pin, the bone of the forearm. And as far as the police knew, Xavier didn't have that. The magazine was also dated from 2011, so they thought, okay, it can't be Xavier.